Okay.
Okay. And here we go. We are the beginning in 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody to the Way Love Goes podcast. We are excited. We are starting a series, baby. Series time. 90s love songs. For the next 3 episodes, we are going to be talking about 90s. 90s is like the golden age of music for me. I know many other people also, they put it up there. It may not be their top, but it's way up there. For me, it is the golden age. But I don't know. Is it for you? Where is it? Where is it ranked?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Okay. Whenever I want to feel good about love, I go to 90s. Whenever I want to feel bad about love, I go to 90s. It's all in there.
It's all in there. It's all there. So today we're gonna focus on songs that did us right or did us wrong. We're looking at them lyrics, man. And then later we're gonna break it down. See, our scientist Tierra Monique is a scientist, y'all. She done broke it. She's like a historian, right? She done broke the 90s down in the early 90s and later 90s, and we're gonna talk about that. It's gonna be great. But it's all about love. It's all about relationships. So today we looking at some of our songs that stood out to us. And some of them lyrics that's like, yo, wait, what? And then some positive ones too. We ain't gonna keep it all negative. It's gonna be good. All right.
Pause. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pause. I'm getting a double call back. Hold on 1 second.
Oh,
I don't know who this is. Okay. Hello?
All right.
This meeting is being recorded.
Yeah. So we are really about to get into this, into this 90s music. It is, it is something we love. This is like one of those things where it's like, don't go too far down the rabbit hole. Even though we are way down there, it's a rabbit hole that we love. So we had to be like, no, focus. Yeah, because it was too good down there. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna talk today about some song lyrics and be like, wait, what was going on there? And we got some good, we got some hold up now. And yeah, we just gonna have a good time. We gonna have a good time, man. I know after this, everybody's gonna want to go back on YouTube or whatever, go get that Walkman or that Casio, whatever you had, and play your joint. All right, get your pencils ready to re-scrub that tape back in there.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
but real quick, let's do our check-in. How are you?
Yeah.
That's important.
I'm well. I have nothing too major to report. Nothing news really going on over here. We having another winter weekend, a real winter weekend with snow and ice this weekend. So we just came off of one this past weekend. So it's really winter here in Virginia.
I'm wearing a beanie, but that's just for football support. It has nothing to do with the weather. It's actually quite pleasant out here.
Oh yeah, you repping the 49ers?
Yeah, man, that's my squad, bro. This week.
Oh man.
Coming up, we about to play the Rams. Well, maybe by the time this thing comes out, that game may have already done, and I don't know if I'll be as happy as I am now or if I'll be sad. We'll see.
Yeah. Never know. Maybe Mahomes will do what he did last time. Well, that wasn't Mahomes. Who was the 49ers? What's his last name?
Garoppolo? Garoppolo.
Garoppolo.
Mm-hmm.
I always confuse his name with Garofalo. There's a kid's book out called Garofalo.
Oh, really? Yeah, there's like an actress too named Janine Garofalo, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, okay. Same over here. Ain't nothing really new going on just yet. I am actually, in terms of my church life, this is my last week with my current church because I'm getting ready to transition to another church. So that's a transition that's happened, and I'll let y'all know how that's going. That's a relationship in and of itself, you know.
Right.
One coming to a new phase, and then a new one starting. And I don't know, maybe we might need some of these songs to play in there so I can be in the good mindset. We'll see how we do it. Yeah. But yeah. And last thing we need to let y'all know before we get into this convo is please share, tell your brothers, friends, dogs, cousin.
Yeah.
We need them ratings. We're trying to grow the audience so we can get these sponsors popping and keep bringing you this great content and that's what we're gonna do. So with that being said, we about to get into this list, and we're gonna throw it over to you, Tierra Monique, because she did some digging, y'all. She did some digging. So let's get to it.
I did some digging. So of course, 90s love songs. Did they do us right or did they do us wrong? So we're gonna break down not all of them, because there is an expansive amount of R&B love songs out there. I mean, there's so many. Yeah. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. From 1990 to 1999, we had a good time in the 90s when it came to love, right? So first, the breakdown. I'm going to do the breakup songs that kind of went wrong. And as far as like, we were singing them so much and we felt so good with them, especially women. You know, we are drawn to love songs because we are very emotional when it comes to relationships. And so when it comes to breakup songs, we do feel like it is the end of the world. But sometimes we sing these songs and it's like, why are we singing these songs? Even though at the time that's how we felt, did we really want to feel like these things? So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into the first one. So the first one was Breathe Again by Toni Braxton. So when we went down through the list, and Toni Braxton, she stood out for a lot of songs, and we'll get to that to some other episodes.
Toni, yeah.
But this one in particular, Breathe Again. So the standout lyric for me was, if I never feel you in my arms again, if I never feel your tender kiss again, if I never hear I love you now and then, will I ever make love to you once again? Please understand, if love ends, then I promise you that I shall never breathe again.
Breathe again.
Yes, we remember that whole video where she's like running through the maze, and she just don't know what to do with herself. She's going around and around. But like, really, if somebody leaves us, if we don't ever see them again, if we don't ever get to kiss them or make love to them or hear them tell us that they love us now and again, not every day, but now and again, we're never going to breathe again. Like, really, girl? No. So we need to remember, in these love songs, they're metaphorically written to make us feel what we're supposed to feel in that time, like a breakup song, but not to literally think that you're not going to breathe again. But there are a lot of people who will listen to the song over and over and over again. You've seen those movies, those 90s love movies where somebody breaks up with someone and like it's the end of their world and they can't do nothing, and their friends come over like, yo, what are you doing? Like, oh, I can't do anything. He left me. I can't do anything. You ain't took a bath in 3 days.
Oh, mercy.
You haven't eaten, your house is dirty, the dog done pooped over in the corner. It's just disgusting. So, I mean, the moral to this song is you will breathe again, you can move on, and you will meet someone else. But I mean, the song was beautiful for what it was written for, but you know.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever had a heartbreak that like made you feel like you couldn't breathe again?
Okay, let me see. I'm really scrubbing. So I had one that was, I'll say the closest I got to it, where when I broke up with the girl, I was literally like kind of not feeling good, to the point where I was, like sitting in the hammock and like slowly swinging back and forth. You know, I had that, but to be honest, it only lasted for like that night. Like the next day, I was fine. And this was at a place, you know, in high school, so I saw her again every day.
Right.
But I was,
right.
you know, I was still fine, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right.
So that was the closest. I did have one evening of Shall I Breathe Again, but then I went to sleep and I was breathing the next morning, so I was good. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, I've had moments where I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. And you're crying. But yeah, but songs like this will continue to amplify those feelings. 100% facts. So the next song, I don't know if it's a breakup song, but it kind of felt like it. So it's Shy. If I ever fall in love again.
This is the duet song or the quartet song for all the high school boys that think they can sing. Anybody got a band together? I was like, yeah, we doing this song. If I ever fall in love again.
Right. Yes. So this song is awesome. It starts off very in acapulco, that's what we used to call it, acapella style, and it's just, I mean, the harmony is awesome, and it feels so good to say, you know, if I ever fall in love again, I'm gonna make sure that I fall in love with someone that's just like you. And that was the lyric. It was like, you know, and if I ever fall in love again, I'm gonna make sure that she's just like you. And I'm thinking like, what?
Yo, you know who did that? P. Diddy. What was this? It was a 2000 song with oh God, what is the name of that song? It's slipping. Do. What I need is a pretty woman next to me.
Yeah.
That was right after.
The remix.
Yeah, that was right after Jen Lopez.
Yeah. I remember that. Someone who truly understands how to treat a man. Yeah, that song bopped. Yeah, I remember that song. Yes. That's did that come out in the 90s?
That was later.
Oh, but it still was so good though.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a really good one.
It should have been.
That was when
they could come to the party. That song could come to the party.
Yeah, that's when he did the when he started doing it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Him and his dance moves, you know. But yeah. All right, so back to it. So Shy came out with And If I Ever Fall in Love Again. He's talking to a girl. She was his friend. And I read the whole lyrics, and the lyrics don't really give you a background of what really happened in the relationship. It starts off him talking about, you know, he was attracted to her physically, but then it turned out that she was more than just a phase. So it turned out to be more than something than what it was. But if he ever fall in love again, that he want to make sure that someone is just like her. So that leads you to believe that they broke up or they're breaking up. And I don't think that I want my next person to be just like the person that I just broke up with. That's just me. But we sung that song, like, oh yeah, we want the person to be just like that. But do you really want your next person to be like your ex? Like, there's a reason why we're not together. And whoever's watching this or listening, I'm pretty sure you probably know the real meaning behind this song. But for me, my interpretation of it was, here's a guy who broke up with a girl or who's breaking up with a girl, and he wants the next girl to be just like her. And I don't want the guy I break up with to be the next guy I'm with. There's a reason why we're not together. But we sing. But here's another breakup song, 90s R&B song that kind of went wrong. And
You psycho.
It's a little bit like, I don't think so. Okay. So the next one, my last one that went wrong. And again, this is not a definitive list. This is just a short thing because we only have.
Don't come for us.
It's only a short amount of time to do this episode. But the famous Boyz II Men song end of the road.
I cannot believe it. I can't believe this made the list. I can't believe this made the wrong list.
Absolutely. So we sing this song so many times. And thanks to Amazon Music, hopefully y'all would sponsor us.
Hey, let's go.
When you go on Amazon Music, they give you the when you watch it on your TV, the lyrics pop up. So the lyrics pop up, and so I can see all the lyrics. So I'm singing it, and then when it gets to the part about Michael, the baritone, who's talking through it, that one part everybody loves.
Baby.
He says, "Girl, I'm here for you. All those times at night when you just hurt me and ran out with the other fella. Baby, I knew about it. I just didn't care. You just don't understand how much I love you. I'm here for you." And I was like, wait a minute.
Sounds abusive.
You want to continue to be with a woman who has repeatedly cheated on you and you don't care? And I'm like, well, why do we do that to ourselves? And when I've listened to so many different other R&B songs, love songs, I can tell you one thing with R&B songs, love songs, they all had the same kind of theme. Either I want to be with you, but I'm not with you yet. I'm with you, and I want to figure out how I can stay with you. Or you're with someone else, and I want you to come be with me. Or you're cheating on me, but I don't care because I love you so much. So I'm going to stay with you. And I'm like, wait a minute. But we sing this song so many times. End of the Road is a classic 90s song. People use it for when they graduate from high school. They use it for when people are moving away. They use it for relationships. They use it for so many different parties or whatever. But this song is so wrong in so many ways. That, look at my son. He don't care. I'm just recording. He don't care.
What's up, man?
Kids don't care.
Hey, man.
He don't care. Kids don't care. But yeah, so this song, Wanye sold this song because his ad-libs on this song, you don't even think about the words, which a lot of 90s songs did. They made sure that you didn't really listen to the words and that you really focus on the chorus. But those words made you go like, what? And so I was like, okay, so love will make you do some crazy things for the wrong person. And he's like, I don't even care. You cheat on me all these times. I'm just gonna keep being with you.
And I knew it. That's the thing that's crazy. And I knew about it. I knew it.
Right.
But let's just don't do it again.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go. Let's just keep on going.
And you know what's the crazy thing? Thing?
Yeah.
Once something makes it to media, that's when people start thinking, "Oh no, this is okay. It's out here in the public. Like,
right.
It's good.
Right.
We can do this.
Right.
90s did us wrong.
Right. That whole song, because he was like, oh, you just don't, I know you really love me, but you just don't realize because this is your first time in love. So that means that she's supposed to get a pass because it's her first time in love. So it's like, what? What do you, like, what? But we love that song and we still sing it to the top of our lungs every time it comes on because of how it makes us feel. And what we do know about songs and music is that music, most songs, I know for me, most songs that I really, really love, there's a time stamp that comes with those songs. Mm-hmm. I remember something about when that song happened, a movie, when a song came out, I mean, everything. So that's why we don't care about the lyrics. I don't care about the lyrics.
Did you ever watch the Boondocks episode about R. Kelly?
I can't remember.
Dude, that I mean, it was so funny because there's the two boys, Huey and Riley, and so Huey's the one that's like all deep in his thinking and everything. Right. And the whole episode, he's just like, are y'all listening to what this guy is saying about? Do you know he peed on a girl, an underage girl? Every time he would try to say it, all they would do was hit the the boombox, and he would start singing, and everybody was just like, he was like, stop. That's what we did, man. That's what it did to us with all the lyrics, not just R. Kelly, but a lot of the songs, man.
All of them. So that was my short list of wrong songs. Again, there's some more. I mean, my honorable mention is Mariah Carey with Always Be My Baby. I mean, she was straight stalkerish. She was straight stalkerish in that song. But we love that song.
one other one that it came out later. It was like a 2000 song, but it just reminded me of like how people were subtly or like really trying to like put together you feel good, but I'm talking about some trash. This song called Blurred Lines with Robin Thicke and T.I. and I think Pharrell was also in there. Pharrell. And
Pharrell's the one who produced it. Yeah,
man. And that song was getting called the rape anthem.
Oh
yeah. They were like, look, I know you want
song.
this. I know you want this. I mean, maybe when we get to 2000, we'll do another series later in the 2000s and just go, But when you start talking about stalker, I was like, they had like stalkers to good music. They had rapists to good music. Oh, it was all out here.
That's my jam. That's
No, I know. See, and that's the thing.
I do a whole line dance to that song. There's a whole line dance to that song, and I do there's 2 versions, and I do both versions. They have them on YouTube.
Oh my!
And that is a jam.
Yeah.
I mean, it's called Blurred Lines for a reason.
I know this is also this was also a 2000 song, but it was in Chris Rock's stand up where he's talking about, man, I love hip hop, but it's getting so hard to defend you guys. It's so hard.
I know, right?
He was talking about to the windows, to the walls, and
right.
There is a documentary on Netflix about the hip hop evolution of hip hop. And they were talking about Lil Jon was talking about that song. He's like, I cannot believe we got these people on the radio singing skeet, skeet, skeet like it ain't nothing. And they're just
because they didn't know what it was.
If y'all want to sing.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I had no idea what it was. I had no idea what skeet, skeet, skeet meant. I had no idea. I mean, that song was all in barbershop. Was it barbershop or beauty shop? With Beauty Shop. It was in Beauty Shop. It was a whole skit with the girl from Clueless because she was in there and she was dancing to it. Yes. And that's what 90s did. That's what R&B did. That's what the hip hop did. They were able to have sexual innuendos without you really knowing what they were talking about if you didn't know what they were talking about. It's like if you weren't doing it, then you wouldn't know. But if you were doing it, then you would know. And so it's like, but now in today's music, it's like, it's right in front of you. It's right in your face. There is no way in the world you will not know.
Yeah. You're right. But see, man, that's how music good. It gets you slipping in. We all in the 2000s. We trying to stay focused on the 90s.
Yeah, I know, right? We trying to say the 90s. It's 90s. All right, so
90s.
That was a really quick breakup wrong song. There are so many right songs when it comes to 90s love songs. So many. So do you want me to start? I'll start.
Yeah, you start the positive because I got in my list, I have almost everything positive, but I did find some stuff that I'm like, oh, let's think about this. So let's start with your first positive, and then we'll go back and forth.
Okay. So my first one was Babyface. Babyface, he actually started in the 80s. If you go down his catalog, he was in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. And up until now, he has.
Were they the first verses? He and Teddy Riley?
I think.
Or at least he wasn't the first one.
No, he wasn't the first one. He wasn't the first one. That was T-Pain and somebody else.
Oh, okay.
T-Pain and you were just talking about him, Lil Jon.
Oh, okay.
They were the first ones, yeah. But Babyface and Teddy Riley were the first ones who it was a major big deal about it.
Yeah.
Because Babyface is so private. And so for him to come out the woodworks and like be on screen, and it was really good. So, I mean, I was glued in. But yeah, I love Babyface. Grew up on Babyface. Wanted to be with Babyface. This sounds rapey as a child.
Oh, yikes. Lord,
but not child. Like I'm a teenager, but still, I mean, I was still underage. But I mean, for real, Babyface is, I'm a woman. He's a gorgeous man. And he's very talented. And he wrote this song called Every Time I Close My Eyes. It featured Kenny G on the sax, as well as Mariah Carey for the ad lib and the backgrounds. It's a beautiful song. It's a song that is sung at or played at weddings, and people use it for like their anniversaries or even engagements. So the standout lyric for me to this song is, every time I close my eyes, I thank the Lord that I've got you and you've got me too. And every time I think of it, I pinch myself because I don't believe it's true that someone like you loves me too. I mean, that is and that's just the chorus. That's not even the lyrics. That's not even the lyrics. Yeah. That's just the chorus. That chorus, it just draws you in and just reminds you of how beautiful love can be, and how thankful you should be when you have love, especially the love of your dreams. And there's so many people out here who want to be loved like that. And who, I mean, to me, that just the chorus part to me is a reminder of how many people just want to be accepted for who they are, you know, and for someone to love them for who they are. And because sometimes you ever get with somebody, or even you may think about this as in regards to your wife, and you meet with somebody, you're like, man, I can't believe this person loves me. Like, I can't believe this person wants to be with me and spend the rest of their life with me, or who can, somebody who can accept my flaws. Like, I passed gas in front of them and they still here.
They didn't run out.
So, but to bring it back to the romance, it's just the romance of that song. It's just so beautiful. Mariah Carey ad-libs add so much more to it as well, and Kenny G. And Babyface, he can write his literal face off. And that song came out in 1996, I believe. But yes, it's a 96, 97. So that's my first beautiful love song. What you got?
Now okay, I don't got my years that came out. So you're showing me up now. I'm gonna have to look this up while we're talking. My first one, I'm searching while we're doing. Okay. All right, got it. Okay, all right. So my first one is Brian McKnight, Back at Home.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Now this particular song is extra special to me because it is a song that I sang to my wife when I proposed to her, because she really liked Brian McKnight. I was like one of her favorite singers, you know, and I was surprised. I was like, oh, y'all know about Brian McKnight in Korea? What's good? Okay. So I went and learned, you know, and I sang it up, and that's a whole story. We'll talk about that at some point. But yeah, it was a nice song, and I really liked it. So there's two parts of the song that I want to talk about. Everybody knows the chorus, so we'll get to that in a second. But I think the bridge is really cool in this song. It says, "Say farewell to the dark night. I see the coming of the sun. I feel like a little child whose life has just begun. You came and breathed new life into this lonely heart of mine. You threw out the lifeline just in the nick of time." But I love that one because what I felt that these singers did, they were not afraid to, like, on the guys level, like really bare how they were feeling, you know? We kind of came back around now where guys are starting to open up more, but right in that 90s time with the R&B, the guys were like, they were not afraid to wear their heart on their sleeve, like in this sense, because this sense is kind of like almost like, you know, I was in a dark place, but your love actually kind of brought me out, gave me new life. So, you know, I mean, we weren't on the mental health thing in the Black community quite yet, but, you know, this is a little bit of that. And then, of course, the chorus, 1, you're like a dream come true. 2, just want to be with you. 3, girl, it's plain to see that you're the only one for me. 4, repeat steps 1 through 3. Before you even get to 5, you repeat 1 through 3. And then 5, make you fall in love with me. And this is the kicker, man. If ever I believe my work is done, then I start back at 1. That is a jewel, man, because relationships are not just about the first lovey-dovey honeymoon phase, man. It's about putting in the work. Even my phone is saying amen. Good Lord over here. You know? But yeah, I mean, that's what I really liked about that song is, yeah, man, the work is never done. It's always you, like we talked before, you know, you're in love. You are working to outserve, out-support each other. So never get lazy. Never get lazy.
Never get lazy.
That's my number 1. I didn't even have a negative for that one. I was just like, yes.
No, there's no negatives. Brian McKnight is also a classic songwriter. Actually, did I see him? I know I saw Babyface, Boyz II Men, and Brandy. And I think in Bobby Brown all in one show.
Oh wow!
when I was like 9 or 10 or something. No.
What?
No, I hadn't been older. No, I hadn't been older than that because it was Brandy was there, and I think she's like 2 years older than me. So I hadn't been like 12 or 13.
Yeah, that must have been had to be,
Yeah, I was like 12 or 13. My mom took me to there because she really liked Babyface. And so, but Brian McKnight is awesome. He also has a great song called Never Felt This Way.
Oh yeah.
I mean, mind blown. Yeah. That's
now for anybody that want to come in the comments and be like, yeah, he used to have his domestic violence stuff. We know. Okay.
Oh, I don't even know about that.
What we talking about? Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, now we all know. Know. But that's okay.
I didn't know.
Because
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's what I mean. I'm not saying domestic violence. Okay. I'm saying two things can be true. You can have some good values in your songs, and you can be struggling in your personal life, and you work when we work with it because we're humans. But the qualities in that song, we can work with those.
Yeah,
all right, your next choice.
Okay, so mine is Sade. So Sade, let me tell you. So she came out in the 80s too, first, and then her CD, Love Deluxe. Oh my gosh, that thing had so many hits. But Cherish the Day, Kiss of Life, Sweet as Taboo, Your Love is King. I mean, what can you say about Sade? All of her songs are so good. Her songs made you want to be in love. Cherish the Day, I won't go astray. I won't be afraid. You won't catch me running from you. Kiss of Life, you gave me the kiss of life. There must have been an angel by my side, someone that led me to you. Look at the sky, it's the color of love. All of her songs are so good. They just made you want to be in love. They were so mellow. They were so jazzy. That's one thing I loved about the 90s is that they had real bands behind them, you know?
Fun fact about Sade, and I don't know how many people know this, Sade is a band.
Yeah, actually.
And it is named after the lady, so her name is Sade too. But all y'all out there, when people say Sade is a band, they're right. So don't be fighting them, okay?
Right. It's collectively one band. So her real name is Helen. Her real name is Helen. Her name. So Sade is the band. But as a person, Sade, Helen Adu, that's her name. just their music collectively as a lead singer and as the band itself with the music. If you've ever seen them in concert, which I never had, if she ever goes on concert again, I want to go and see her. I've seen all her concerts via YouTube. Thank you for all the YouTubers who upload that stuff.
Right, yes.
You can put on like a playlist and it just plays all her songs, but even her music videos make you want to be in love. And they were so creative, her music videos. But I just love Sade. Sade, if you want to feel like you're in love, even if you're not, Sade. If you want to reflect on the love that you currently have, Sade. If you want to reflect on the love that you used to have and you want to have a love again, Sade. Sade is the epitome of the 90s when it comes to love music. She also has some other music that's very, I guess you can call it philanthropy, like just to make you think about the world. But her love songs are timeless. So Sade is my number.
She's your Sade is your manifestation music for love.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
You pray and then you envision and you play something.
Right. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
You right there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
What you got next?
Okay. My next joint, also a personal nostalgia for this one. And dudes, I know y'all ain't want to admit it, but this joint was smooth. So Into You by Tamia. What y'all know about Tamia, man? Come on. The lyric that I love first in the actual verse. With every passing moment, thoughts of you run through my head. Every time that I'm near you, I realize that you're heaven sent. I think you're truly something special. Just what my dreams are really made of. Let's stay together, you and me, boy. There's no one like you around. Like, dude, your partner needs that affirmation. Let them know. Let them know that they're unique and that they are there for you, man. That helps with the insecurities. Let them know. This is a great way, I thought, to express like healthy love. Like, I don't see anything in this that is like toxic or it's like too crazy. It's like, no, I value you and I want to keep you around, man. Just keep being you, you know? Dap him up, pat him on the head, that thing. Now, here's one part that I was like, I was stretching, but I found something in the second verse, right? So the second verse, she says, it could be the way that you hold me. It could be the things that you say. Oh, I'm not too sure what it is, boy, but I like feeling this way. Hey. Now, here's the caution. And because a lot of 90s songs had us focusing on the feeling of love and not so much the commitment or the work part, right? And like we were saying before, you know, when you hear the songs, like your mind really assimilates to that type of thing. And even though the artist knows, hey, this is art, we're trying to be poetic with our expression, some people be like, okay, I don't feel it anymore, I'm out. I guess the relationship is done, you know? So don't be getting it twisted, folks. The work part of the commitment, that kicks in when the feeling part is kind of down, you know? Yeah.
It's trying to sustain being into that person all the time, even though sometimes you may not be 100% into them all the time. Right. But it's maintaining the intuitiveness. I don't even know if that's the word.
Yeah. It is now. It is now. You know.
It is now.
Yeah. Well, you know, and also like you were saying, sometimes, you know, we were talking before, you were saying like sometimes you're at different levels of feeling. So go ahead, say what you were saying about that. That was good. Oh yeah.
So I was saying that sometimes I forgot what song I was talking about when with that one, but sometimes you're at different levels of love, but it isn't like, if you ever thought like, does my spouse love me less? Do I love my spouse more than I love them? Because sometimes we equate their love based on what they did or did not do for us. So sometimes you may, even through your relationship, whether you're married or you're just in a relationship, sometimes your love may be up here and then your partner's love may be down here. And it's like you're constantly like switching throughout your relationship, who's loving more or who's more into it than the other person. But it doesn't mean that you're both not into it. It's just like sometimes the level of how far in love you are with each other in different moments of your relationship may change it, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that if you don't feel as strong as you did from day one and it's like 10 years now, it doesn't mean that you should go get a divorce. It just means that you just need to check to see, is there something that I can do to magnify what I felt at day one? But again, you're not the same person and they're not the same person at day one, but the foundation of the relationship and in the marriage is still the same. It's just that sometimes you're just going to be in this, I'm here, you're here, and you're going to go back and forth, but you still have the same foundation of the relationship, which is your love for each other and your devotion for each other is there. So yeah, I think that's what I was saying yesterday.
Yeah, no, it's true, man. It's true. All right, what's your next one?
Yeah. All right, so my next one is Lauryn Hill and D'Angelo, Nothing Even Matters. Man, that, first of all, if we do another one, excuse me, oh my gosh, when we do another one of these, what the world?
Your throat is nostalgic. It wants to go back.
I don't know, but talking about artists who have CDs or albums that you can listen to with no skips. Lauryn Hill, her first album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I mean, from the beginning to the end, including the interludes, the little skits that she had, really good. But one that really stands out is Nothing Even Matters with D'Angelo, and the lyric, now the sky could fall, not even if my boss should call, the world feels so very small, 'cause nothing even matters no more. I mean, in this song, they're both going back and forth, telling each other what does not matter. Like, what does not matter when it comes to them. Like, it just reminds you that how love can make everything else in the world feel so less important when it comes to how much you love your partner. And that song, the melody of the song, the track, that song feels so good. It's very mellow. It's not like in your face love. It's like very mellow. It's like, look, I don't even, that the laundry don't even matter. The kids screaming, the kids screaming don't even matter.
Fire.
None of that even matters. It puts you back in the mindset of when you first fell in love with someone. And like you just always wanted to be with them, like your whole world was about them, and so like you just tuned everything out. Like when you're just sitting there just daydreaming about them, and I'm like, what are you thinking about? Oh, I'm just thinking about Todd. That's not a real person. Don't think that.
Todd.
I don't know who that is.
Todd.
I'm just saying that I don't know who that is, unless there is a Todd out there.
You know who you are, Todd. You know who you are, bro.
I don't know, but that song, I love that song. Such a classic. D'Angelo, he's not on this current list, but he's like later on in the 90s, but he also is a great, great artist. Came from Richmond, AVA. But I love that song. Love that.
That was a dope song.
Yeah.
My third joint. Let me get to where am I? Okay, baby. Now we in it, baby. Can We Talk by Mr. Tevin Campbell. See, my phone is it's too excited. Why even turn it off? Yeah. Can We Talk? Tevin Campbell. Listen, man, this is when I was, I don't know, like 12, 13, maybe even younger. I know.
It came out in 93. It came out in 93.
93, yeah. So so I was 13. I was 13.
I was 12.
And this song was exactly what was going on in my life You know how Lauryn Hill had the Killing Me Softly? This was my Killing Me Softly. This joint right here. Because I remember liking a girl and being like, all right, bro, I'm gonna talk to her tomorrow. I'm gonna talk to her. And we go in class and it's English and I already got my line or whatever. And then I get into class and she's there and I would freeze up. Oh my God, I can't do it. And then the next day, hype myself back up. All right, bro, no, today's the day. Let me brush my teeth. I forgot to do that yesterday. Brush my teeth. Man, let's go. And the same thing, no problem. I remember one time there was a girl when I was like 13 years old, and she was kind of uncharacteristic because she was quite aggressive. She liked me, and she actually, I remember her coming up and like I was sitting somewhere else in church, and she was my friend's friend, so I only saw her certain times. So when she came to church, I was like, ooh, and she was sitting in the back, I remember, and she looked at me because I would keep looking back and being shy and looking back. And so one time she waited for me to look back. She was like, hey, come here. And I was like, me? She's like, yeah, come here. And she was like, sit by me and talk to me. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, great, awesome, beautiful. And afterwards, she was like, yeah, we're gonna date. She told me we were gonna date. She was like, we're gonna date. And she was like, all right, call me on the phone. And the first phone conversation I had with her was so awkward because I didn't even know how to talk to girls on the phone. And so I remember talking to my friend. And he's like, bro, this is what you do. You get a piece of paper, like a notepad, and you write topics down for you to talk. So when the conversation lulls, you literally will have something to talk about. So when Tevin was talking about, he wrote out a whole letter that he was going to give the girl, I was like, I did that, man. I did it, Tevin. You were singing my life right now, bro. You are singing my life, you know? But let me do the lyrics that I like. Okay, so the lyric that I like was, oh girl, one more chance with you again. I will not let it go. Oh, please give me just one more chance for love, love, love. Can we talk? I cannot do it. And I'll say I love it.
Song is awesome.
Again, it's one of those like bearing your soul. But here's one thing that I think started to happen. This is my somewhat negative point. The beggar guys, the beggar dude, like, oh my goodness, because what happened is girls started to expect if he ain't begging, he ain't worth it.
Right.
And that's like the creeping in of like this toxic dependability, clinginess, and so that is my only kind of, no, it was still a jam. It was still, everybody was on it, but that's the one thing that I was like, yeah, dude, I do remember girls kind of wanting to be like, a little more than just like playful chase. They're like, man, I want that begging on my knees, like in the rain with the, and I was never like that. So yeah, Tevin didn't help me in that regard there, but it was still a jam. It was still a great expression, but we got to cut back on the begginess. That's the only joint thing about it for me. But yeah.
Well, yeah. The 90s was all about begging.
Yes.
Keith Sweat, Aaron Hall, Guy, they all were begging.
All these beggars.
Keith Sweat cannot sing, but he can beg. And that's what made women love him.
He just begged. He whined and begged.
He cannot sing, but he can beg and he can look good and he's very charming. And so that is what kept him on the map. But yeah, but you know why you like that song so much? Because Babyface wrote it and he produced it. So
You on it. I told y'all she's a historian.
He wrote it and he produced. I mean, sometimes if you are a connoisseur of Babyface music, when it first comes on that is Babyface just by the chord progression and like the instruments that he used. He was very into keyboards and pianos. So yeah, that song. I remember the video though, because they were out walking. There was a group of friends, and they were up underneath this like bridge, like they had. I think it was out in New York. You know how like you can people can run under the bridges in New York.
Yeah.
I definitely remember that song. I definitely remember that. Yeah. So all right. So my next one is coming back to the fellas. All right, Joe. I want to know. Let me tell you something. Joe's I Want to Know. I think this was the I Am Joe album. But this song, I Want to Know, this whole song was all about telling your lady what you wanted to know about her. Like, and not telling your lady what you wanted to get from her. So the lyric for me is, I wish that I could take a journey through your mind and find emotions that you always try to hide. I do believe that there's a love you want to share. I'll take good care of you, lady. Have no fear, 'cause I want to know. I want to know. That song is so. First of all, Joe has a very, very, very good voice.
Oh,
his voice is so smooth, and he's like he can sing anything. I mean, they use him. I don't even know if I haven't watched Power since the first season, but I know when it first came out, he was singing the show's theme song. And it became like a song, like it was a song that they like that you could stream or something. I don't know, something like that. But I mean, he was so good at singing that song. It's like you knew when the show was coming on based on the song, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, so this song, I mean, it's like just, you know, guys, if you really want to know something about your woman, just tell her, you know, I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know, you know, what turns you on, what turns you off. I want to know what makes you cry. I want to be the one who's always there to make, he said, I want to be the one who always makes you smile. So I want to know what makes you cry so I can be the one who always makes you smile. So, I mean, even though in reality, he's not going to be the one who always makes you smile because he's going to make you cry, but not, you know, sometimes not on purpose. But yeah, it's just, you know, it just brings you back into, you know, men being vulnerable and sensitive to a woman's needs in the 90s, especially when in the 90s, which we will go through later, is how you had sex 90s and you had love 90s. Yeah. So his whole album, even though he had sex songs in his album, but this particular song was like, oh, we like Joe, you know, he's so nice, you know, he's so caring. So I really love that song. It's a huge plus, guys.
Yeah.
Ask your lady what she wants.
That's what she wants, man. All right, let me do my last one because here's where the controversy comes through. Here's where it comes through. All right, I'm gonna just do the lyrics.
Okay.
And let's see who feels it. Here we go. I gotta love Jones for your body and your skin tone. 5 minutes alone, I'm already on the bone. Plus, I love the fact you got a mind of your own. No need to shop around. You got the good stuff at home. Even when I'm locked up north, you're in the world wrapping 3/4 of cloth, never showing your stuff off, boo. It be true. Me for you. That's how it is. I'll be your Noah. You be my whiz. I'm your mister and you my missus with hugs and kisses, Valentine's cards and birthday wishes. Please. We on another level with the planet, understanding the bond between woman, man, and child, the highest elevation, because we above. All that romance crap, just show me love. That's right. You're all I need. Mary J. Blige, Method Man. There's definitely issues in this song, but I love this song. You know what, though? Here's what I'll say to start out, and then I'm going to make a couple points, and then I want to hear what you got to say on this song.
Okay.
Context is everything. Just like, you know, with scripture and all that stuff, context is everything. People have different, interesting parts of life. When I watched an interview on this song, Method Man said originally he didn't even want to do it
I didn't know that.
Because what happened was he was noticing this trend with hardcore rappers when they started to do like a love song, then they sort of like their image changed and softened up, and he was like, I do not want that. But because his man RZA made the beat, because his producer was like, nah, bro, this is good. You're gonna do this song. He wrote the song when he was like on tour somewhere and they were in a hotel room and he was out. I guess the story behind it is he was out in California, out here on the West Coast, where they were on tour, and his manager flew his lady to the spot where they were. So it was like a surprise for him that she was even there. So, because he was like happy that she was there and his man was writing the beat, he was just kind of writing his words down. The way he described this song, he says, this is not a love song. This is love talk, because this is stuff, everything I've said in this in this lyrics, I've actually already said this to my woman. So it's not even like she was like surprised or like, oh, wow. Because he's like, yeah, I've already told her all this stuff, this kind of talk. What I thought about it that was kind of cool. So this line, I had to go to Genius to look up the meaning behind the lyrics. So there's this line that I had always wondered about was, I'll be your Noah, you be my Wiz. And I was like, who are Noah and Wiz? Are those some sort of like, because they were all, Wu-Tang was on to like philosophy and Socrates and all this. Right. So I was like, were those some like, some Greek people I didn't know about? But I guess in the Nation of Islam, the 5 percenters, they're one of the ways that they talk about, philosophy and stuff is there's the knowers and there's wisdom. And so the men, like, sometimes they call like the men gods and the women earths. So they have another one of those ways that they talk, and they say the men are the knowers. They have the knowledge, and then the wisdom is the women. And so basically this is like, a spiritual way of him saying, I'll be your man, you be my woman, that kind of thing. So what I just want to say before we start attacking it is there is some actual higher level thinking in how he's expressing himself. So it's a raw, different, hip hop, not like R&B way, but there is still some of that soul bearing and openness in that sense. Right. But now let's talk about the questions that come through, because we were talking about this song even before. Yes. And you brought some interesting points. So yeah, what now's the time. So
I guess now to me, this song is like the hip hop love song. It's like it is the classic love hip hop song. If you are not into Babyface or Broad Knight, but you're into Wu-Tang and you're into Mary J, then this is your song that you want to help convey your emotions and your feelings to your woman. It's like, this song was at the height of hip hop. In New York hip hop, East Coast hip hop. Even if you were from the West Coast, you still vibe to it because the lyrics were true. It was about a man who was telling his woman that, I'm down for you because you're down for me. You've been with me since I didn't have nothing, and now you're with me, and I got something. So I think for me now, and I want to say that his wife was his assistant from 1997 to 2002, and they are still married. So she grew up. Not grew up, but she was around him in the hip hop culture. So if based off your what you said about the interview, if he already told her this, she was down with it because she was in that world. Yeah. And in the hip hop world in the 90s, women stood by their men while they did their dirt, while they did their time in the pen. And they wanted a woman who would, like you said, not showing all your stuff, you wrapping up, you ain't flaunting it out there, you holding me down, even when I'm not around. The one part about this song, though, when he was like, "You don't even have to have a ring to be my wife," and I'm like, "Wait a minute." And I think that was the culture in the 90s, and even still now, is like, you can be my wifey, and I can treat you like a wife, and you can treat me like a husband, and we can both, intertwine and give each other those benefits. But I'm not gonna go, get no paper. I'm not, I don't know if he meant that a paper didn't validate their love, which it doesn't have to, but I think the principle of marriage and getting the license and getting the certificate and you don't even have to have a huge ceremony, but just going in justice of peace and getting it done. It's like a stamp. It's like, boom, we are connected. It's like a bond. It's like when people, when the wedding ring to me, it's like when people would brand themselves back in the day. I don't know if you ever watched a show called Yellowstone, and if they wanted to show that they wanted to be a part of this cattle culture, not Western, but farming and ranch, they would brand themselves. They're out there working with the horses and stuff. And so it was like the ring is like a symbolization, like we belong together. We are together. And so for him to say, you don't even have to have a ring to be my wife, did he mean like, I'm gonna give you a ring later, but just not right now?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like.
Well, see, here's what I think. Let me tell you what I think. I think, because I'm thinking it like in the context of how he talks, because in that same at the end of that verse, he's like, you my nigga. Like, his girl. And he said that he really did in life. That's really what he called her. Like that was their regular talk.
Yes.
So in that context for him, I think he was pushing the strength of their bond. I think what also happens though, as does with other things, people will take that interpretation, not being with the same heart that he has, and abuse the mess out of it because they don't want to be responsible. You know?
Yes.
It's like dudes that want to get a vasectomy so they could just go and be all wild.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that's why I mean, it's not his responsibility to make sure that men, actually stand up and be men when it comes to relationships and actually sealing the deal when it comes to settling down with their woman who's been there for them and who supported them and motivated them and helped them when they didn't have the money or, all this stuff, But that song, I'm telling you, that song, I know for a fact, that song was a justification of, we're gonna ride it down, like we ain't gotta have no ring. What that ring mean? What that paper mean? That paper means a lot. Just like that car insurance paper means a lot. Just like, your degree paper means a lot. It's the significance of it. It's a principle behind it and what it stands for. And if your relationship stands for something in your life and it's valuable, then that ring and that covenant and that marriage is important. It's like it's the icing on the cake. It's the branding of y'all love together. Like, we are the real deal. You may not like me tomorrow and I might not like you in 5 minutes, but we love each other and it's the real deal.
Right.
But that song is as soon as you hear Mary say, "You're all," it's like boom.
Yep.
It's like boom. It's like,
and it hails back to the original song as well. I forgot who did the original song.
You mean Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell?
Yeah, right. Yeah, Marvin Gaye. See, that's her. Now that's another one of her areas of expertise now. Yeah.
So but her spin on it, like Sweet and Morning Dew. I took one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. I mean, those lyrics, they just solidify love, and then the beat behind it, the boom, 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 boom. I mean, that song, it was, to me, when I think about a song, I think of 90s, I think of New York, I think of love, I think of thugging it out, I think of a woman ride or die with her man. But again, ride or die don't mean we gonna die together laying up with each other.
Yeah, get the full commitment if you want the whole.
Come
package,
go ahead and be fully committed, but don't rush it. Ladies, don't give no man no ultimatum.
Oh,
if he don't want it, then he don't want it. Then that's up to you to act accordingly, whether you're gonna walk out or you're gonna stay. But hey, that's that. But anyway.
Yeah. So listen, guys, we could talk about this forever. Like, that's why we have to make it into multiple parts, because there's so many areas. We got a couple other stuff. Do you wanna let's do the honorable mentions and then let's do our scriptures and quotes?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then
so and this is not this is not
comprehensive. It's just
this is not the end of it. It keeps going on. But the honorable mentions to me, Jodeci, come and talk to me. I really want to meet you, girl. I really want to know. Come on. Back in the day, you wanted somebody. Not even back in the day. Today, I want somebody to come talk to me. But Corona and Omicron and Delta and all their friends is messing it up for me.
Yeah, but let's have our distance. Yeah.
Right, but a good-looking guy who like you, coming up to talk to you, and respectfully saying, "Hey, what's your name? I really want to get to know you." Not, "Hey, shawty, you got that booty." Nah, Cupid, by 112. Cupid doesn't lie, but we won't know unless you give it a try. Love that song.
Yes, sir.
Mary J. Blige, talk about Mary J. Blige, Real Love.
Oh, yeah.
Real love. I'm searching for a real love.
Oh, yeah. Really what you want to do with that heart? Set it free. Right. Set it free, girl.
Set my heart free. Love it. Love it. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but PM Dawn.
Yes, sir.
I Die Without You. Come on.
Yes.
That song from the Boomerang. First of all, Boomerang movie soundtrack. No skips. Yeah. But that song, PM Dawn, that's a whole nother topic, but they were like, they were alternative R&B, like you have alternative classic rock or something like that, but they were on it. I Die Without You. And then Tyrese, Lately, Have I Told You I Love You? Lately, have I told, Tyrese, love Tyrese. And then one that people don't really
him
think
since
about.
The Coca-Cola commercial.
Oh, yeah. On the bus.
Yes.
Yeah, coming from Watts, California.
Mm-hmm.
And then one that not many people talk about anymore is Shantae Moore.
Yes.
Shantae Moore has a voice. Beautiful. When she came out in the 90s with Now That Love's Taking Over. Now that love's taking over you. What do I do now? Now that love's taking over. First of all, that whole video is awesome. She's in all white, just walking around singing a song. But that song is beautiful. It's jazzy. It's in the same category with Sade. The list goes on and on. But those are my honorable mentions as far as love songs that got it right.
Yeah.
Even the love songs that got it wrong, we still sing them to this
parts
day.
in it. They had right moments.
Yeah. The chorus is right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's true.
But we still sing them to this day because they meant something to us back then. They mean something to us now. And they were great songs. Just some of the lyrics weren't all that great. Who doesn't love 90s music? I love 90s music.
Off the shades.
I
got like homies on TikTok that like that's our main thing is like 90s hip hop and R&B. That's what we connect on. So yeah.
You can't go wrong.
So now I know everybody's like, what in the world scriptures in the world are going with R&B love songs? So here's where it is. There was two proverbs, two wisdom things, right? Noah and Wiz, right? Here we go. So Proverbs 17:17 says, a friend loves at all times. And then Proverbs 27:17. I don't know what was up with these verse 17s. As iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. Now,
Right.
This said friend, but I think you could substitute that term for partner as well. Partner loves at all times. It ain't just about the feeling. It's about putting in the work. If you're not with the person that's inspiring you to make you better, think about that relationship. If they're making you feel worse about yourself, this is not where you want to be. You want to be with somebody that is uplifting, that is making you want to be a better person. And I think the songs that got it right, they express those kind of emotions. They are like, yeah, man, I love being with you. I love our relationship. It's making me better. I'm celebrating. Feels like a wonderful thing. So I think those are some of the things that go with us.
You know what's funny? There is a song that goes with that.
Oh!
There is an R&B song that goes with that. It's not on this list, but it's Groove Theory.
Hey.
Y'all remember Groove Theory?
Yes,
with
indeed.
Emile LaRue and Bryce. They had a song called Tell Me. And she says in there, she said, boy, I can love you, but can you help me grow?
Yes, come on with it. Come on.
I mean, that goes hand in hand. That goes hand in hand. But like you say, I know you said that we can substitute friend for partner, but I think your partner should be your friend. Bam, so when you look at it that way, your partner should be your friend. If your partner isn't your friend, why are you married to them or why are you with them? Because why do you want to be with someone? Because when I think about a friend, that's somebody I like.
Yeah.
I want to be around with. I want to hang together. I want to do more than just romantic stuff with them. The romance is great too, but being able to have a conversation and build each other up and support one another and like them, and be silly and goofy is a part of being friends with someone. And you should want to be with someone who's your friend as well as your lover. So,
yeah.
Boom. Boom, 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 boom.
All right. Send us out with you had a good quote.
A couple of quotes. So the first quote is, music is an ongoing conversation between the artist and the listener. You can either agree or disagree with the presented art, but it is still a conversation worth having. Yeah. So that quote is inspired by my all-time favorite artist, Eric Roberson. He had an interview and he was talking to someone, and he said music is a conversation, and I added all the rest. Truly hear it is if you open or give yourself permission to your soul to receive it.
Woo! Yes.
I think if you're closed-minded when it comes to music, because music is not only R&B, music is classic rock, music is country, music is so many other different things. But if you only say, I'm going to be closed-minded to something, then there's a lot of music that you haven't even allowed to your soul to receive that can help you. I listen to jazz, I listen to country, I listen to R&B, I listen to Christian, I listen to hip hop, and it all feeds my soul in a good way. And I think that you should allow yourself to be open enough for your soul to hear it, because your soul is your mind, your will, and your emotions. So, feed your mind, will, and your emotions with some good music, y'all.
Do it. And this is only part one, you guys. Can you believe this? This is the long conversation, but we got more. So. We
got more.
Come back. Okay, come back. Right. But we gonna help you, because this stuff is gonna help you have a great relationship. All right, folks. Until then, peace. Love, man. That's the way love goes.
Love.